Hey everyone, welcome to the 40th Animated Girls Profiles Confidential. And we're going to talk about two characters at this point because both are voiced by the same actress, Alicia Bell, who is a part of the music group singer, probably one of the lead singers for the music group Hey Ocean. But Alicia Bell is also the voice of these two characters that you see before you from MLP FIM. We're talking about Rainbow Dash and AppleJack. Now, of course, this is the second time I've talked about characters from FIM, Friendship is Magic, on this, I guess you could say show, editorial, whatever. But the reason I want to talk about them is, like Rarity, they've become two of the most popular ones out there. I mean, you would think Celestia and Luna would be popular, and they are. Don't get me wrong; all the characters have their own personal fan bases, but it's like the two characters the most that get talked about and acknowledged the most is Applejack and Rainbow Dash, and especially when it comes to merchandise and whatever. And I don't think it's kind of hard to believe why, because even though I haven't watched the series that much, only where the way they're both portrayed is kind of unique. I remember the Applejack from the original G1, and that Applejack shares a similarity with this Applejack. She likes to pick apples and stuff. But they do more with Applejack here, and a lot more with Rainbow Dash than I think the other incarnations. When you look at Applejack, for example, she lives on an apple farm, of course, with family, with her brother Big Mac and her sister Apple Bloom and her grandmother Granny Smith. And okay, those are apple puns, but whatever. Apple puns for names, so whatever. But what's unique about it, and kind of like, how do I say, she's kind of self-made. Well, she's not self-made, but she's basically very handy when it comes to repairing stuff and fixing stuff. Very, more country girl. She's kind of like, I guess to quote Mickey James' song that she used in TNA, she's very hardcore country. As a matter of fact, a lot of people have compared her to Bunny Rabbit in Sonic SatAM and in the Sonic comics and I think even Rogue as well, as being one of the, like I say, more of the southern-based, hardcore country kind of characters, who's also, surprisingly, if you want to believe Equestria Girl's interpretation, surprisingly strong for who she is. And she's also a bit of a tomboy, in a sense. You can see, I mean, yeah, she is feminine. Don't get me wrong about that. She's worn dresses before and everything. She's even gone to balls and all that, and but she's more tomboyish than I think anybody can imagine, and she's very country. Like I said, she's had a lot of episodes dedicated to her as a central character, or where she's paired up with somebody. The show does a good job with all the main six characters, giving them backgrounds, interactions with other characters, and Applejack has great interaction with a lot of characters, great background, and has history with some of the characters that come in. In fact, there's one character that she's friends with, been longtime friends with, that's a mega pop singer, and it's through this friendship that she has that the singer is able to throw away all the makeup and glamour that hides who she is and just go out there by herself on stage and sing, and Applejack's joins her. So to me, when people say that, in a sense, Friendship is Magic is like the SatAM of this generation, and they compare someone like a character like Applejack to Bunny Rabbit, I can see the comparisons. I can see the similarities. But again, they've done so much more with Applejack than I think anybody could have imagined with any kind of character. She can be funny, she can be sassy, she can be serious, dramatic, and I don't think you can see any more about that. I mean, I think she has a love interest, or not a love interest, but a crush maybe in the series. I can't think who it could be, but yeah, they, you know, Applejack is, I mean, the way they created Applejack here is like it doesn't matter if you're a girl, a boy, a man, a woman, a brony, or a Pegasus. This is a character that you can really, respect for the fact that she, even though she has, I think, what is it, what is her thing for her generosity or something like that, or honesty? No, generosity is rarity, from what I understand. Honesty is her, I think. Honesty, I think, is Applejack. I'm thinking. I'm not really sure. Maybe you guys can correct me. Uh, but yeah, they do, and they even do good stories focusing on that, on her trying to live up to her mantle of being part of the main six, being the one with the honesty. That's given the trait of being honest with people. So I have to say, if you want to respect any kind of character, for almost having the total package, it's got to be Applejack. It's got to be Applejack. But the same could be said for Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash is the only pony besides Twilight that has multicolored hair. Twilight, of course, only has pink and purple. Rainbow Dash has rainbow colored hair. That's what she has, literally. She has rainbow colored hair, and she basically is a character that is very tomboyish. She is. Yes, she has a crush, sort of a love interest crush in a fellow Wonderbolt, because in this recent season she became a Wonderbolt, which she had been wanting to do for years since she was a filly, and previous seasons showed her trying to try to become part of the Wonderbolts, to get to be a part of them. And in this season, she finally gets it. This recent season, she finally got it. But yeah, she's very tomboyish. Her voice, what Ashley Bell does with the voice. Ashley Bell, she does a great job going from doing a country voice for Applejack to doing a very tomboyish voice for Rainbow Dash, and it's like, holy moly, what a difference. But the way Rainbow Dash is portrayed is definitely very tomboyish. She likes to pray. There are times, like in the first Halloween themed episode that they did, she disguised herself as a shadow. She dressed up as a shadow bolt and played pranks on everybody by shooting lightning out of a cloud. So that was interesting. That was unique in a sense, and basically, throughout the whole entire run so far, she's had episodes dedicated to her, and it's definitely focused on her being very tomboyish. And it's done. In fact, it's focused on a lot of other things. As a matter of fact, she had an episode in the episode where she finally became a Wonderbolt, it looked back on her past, on how she was once given the name Rainbow Crash as a filly, and how that was brought back on her during her training at the Wonderbolt Academy. But if that's not all, she's also kind of the main focus, or one of the main interests, of Fluttershy's brother in one episode, and she's like, throwing him and kind of giving him the acknowledgement of, hey, there's no interest or anything, but then does kind of hints at maybe there might be something there, or that might once he can. And because at the end of the episode, Fluttershy's brother does kind of redeem himself a little bit, and Rainbow Dash kind of hints at the fact that there could be something there. He's just got to fix himself up a little bit more, get himself better. So Rainbow Dash isn't, it's no stranger from, just because, she's very tomboyish, she's not, she's not GAY as some people would think she could be, an interpretation of. No, she's obviously a character that's straight, because if she hints, according to some fans, at Fluttershy's brother that, hey, there could be something there, now at the end of an episode, or at least hint at it, then okay, fine. I mean, heck, you take a look at the episode where she becomes a Wonderbolt, and she's going. And this was kind of new. This was kind of got people talking a lot, and they even did gifs on this. They even did clips on this. Basically, she trying to find her place in the Wonderbolts. Like, okay, what can I do? What kind of personality can I choose? And she basically changes her hair up and disguises herself by changing her hair up into all of her friends. She changes her hair up to be like Twilight and starts acting like Twilight. She changes it up to be like Fluttershy. She starts acting like Fluttershy. She ponytails her hair a little bit and tail to act like Applejack. She curls her hair up to act like Pinkie Pie. And then the one that really stood out to a lot of people, because this shows that she can be feminine, is she changes her hair up and kind of disguises herself to look like Rarity. Yeah, she basically changes her hair up to be like Rarity and starts flirting with Soren, who she has a crush on. There's another fellow Wonderbolt. So overall, just like with Applejack, it's like, they created these two characters to be like the two ultimate packages when it came to the main six. Not saying that Twilight doesn't have the total package, or Fluttershy, or Pinkie, or Celestria, or Luna, or anything like that, or Cadence. But it's like when you take a look at Applejack and Rainbow Dash and the way they're portrayed in the cartoon and even in the comics, it's like these two, and you have Alicia Bell, voicing them. You could tell that they just have that total package, that it factor to them and to the characters. And I can only imagine what they got planned for them in the movie, what they got planned for them in season 7, and possibly beyond. So it's really intriguing to see how far characters like this can be evolved throughout generations, from what they originally were to what they are now. So that's really all I could say about Rainbow Dash and Applejack, and why they're both part of the 40th edition of Animated Girls Profile Confidential. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think down below.